Buddy, and indeed, welcome to another edition of the Chicago Tony V Show. Praise Jesus, for it is Friday today, April 29th, 2022. Welcome to the show. Let me get some tunes going. Let's see what's queued up. Ooh, a little classical. Good morning, one and all. Welcome. Happy Friday. My gosh, we made it. I'm going to back up the camera a little bit. Is it me or do I look dark? I look dark today. Good morning, Spotify listeners, too. I don't want to... Today's going to be a very visual show, so we're going to have to use our imaginations, you Spotify listeners. I am live streaming on Twitch right now. I do this every Wednesday and Friday. You guys know that already. But we like to do the Twitch stream because we get to do some better graphics. It's just kind of interesting. Get to do some fun stuff. We have a couple of cameras. A lot of stuff teed up for today. I'm going to really try to use my mental powers. I'm going to try to discipline myself and get through more letters than I normally do. I tried to do this yesterday, and you guys know I got like only 4 letters in. I don't know. I think the stunning redhead might help me with some letters today. I'm super excited. Good morning, Chicago Tank. Very nice gold medal finish on the podium. Georgie Girl is in the silver medal position, and that's all I see right now. I guess some pepperonis are sleeping in. I did not sleep in. Check it out. I woke up today at about 1:15 in the a.m. I saw that it was 1:15. I said, this is horseshit. I'm going back to bed. Couldn't get back to sleep. My mind was racing, tormented. And so now I'm ready to go back to bed, but I'm live streaming on the internet, so I can't do that. Good morning, Salty. I don't know what, I'm trying to read. I don't even know what you call these things. Emojis? Is that what they're called? Salty uses the graphics sometimes, and I see it's salt related, so very nice. I hear that RoboKitty's in the house. There's RoboKitty. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It's going to be a good day. Hey, I'm going to say it out loud because I'll forget because of the early onset Alzheimer's. Georgie, when you call in later, let's talk about the prize. I want to give you an update on the prize a little bit. Don't let me forget. Someone remind me in the comments. If I remember correctly, that's usually something that Amber would do. I think she's going on a trip today. She may or may not check in. Good morning, Baggy Bags. What's shaking, babe? It's going to be a good day. Who else is just super pleased that who else is super pleased that it's Friday? I am. It's going to be a busy weekend. I've been super busy the last couple of days. Super busy. Lots of work stuff, which I'm against. It doesn't seem fair, but I was due. I was definitely due. Amber's doing the church lady shenanigans. I'll bet she has a great time. Good morning, Ode. How are you doing, buddy? Yeah, so I've been up already half the day, and that's not a good sign. I am not a good napper. I said to myself, when I was sitting in my recliner by 1:30 in the morning, starting my morning routine, knowing that this is going to break bad, I said, you know what? That's all right. I'll take a nap later. I know I won't do that. So I'm going to be listless, sleepy for really the rest of the day and get nothing done. Other than this show, I do have a couple things. I have a couple of responsibilities, so hopefully I'll get those done. But you know what I thought I'd do today? And again, this is going to be a challenge for the Spotify listeners. I'm going to try and use my words. Actually, any of the Spotify people, they like to email me. Because I guess they're not here in the live stream. One of you guys email me and let me know, did this visual thing that I'm about to do here on Twitch, did it shit the bed in Spotify land or not? Just let me know. I'm curious. You guys know the email address, chicagotonyv@gmail.com. Anyway, what I thought I would do, some people do this like on Facebook, and I haven't really been on Facebook in forever. But what I remember is that they used to do things like post the fourth picture in your feed or whatever, and just show us what it is, no matter what it is. And I always thought that was kind of interesting when I would flip through those, so that you learn something about people. I thought what I would do, instead of picking on Today I Learned or something else from Reddit, I thought it would be interesting just to show you guys a bunch of random pics that were on my phone. I thought that was interesting. Tank, I didn't see what the music homework was. Did you post it in here? Oh yeah, there you did. Sorry. Ooh, very patriotic. Today Tank's music homework is Neil Diamond, America. You want to know what's funny? I don't know that one, and that's weird. It reminds me, I used to have a neighbor. She is first generation Korean. Her parents came over from Korea, South Korea, I'm assuming. And they had very little money. And so when she was growing up, in her dad's car was a tape deck, and he owned one tape. And what was it? It was Neil Diamond's greatest hits. So she grew up. That's the only music she ever heard. Neil Diamond's greatest hits. And now what's funny is, because those were childhood memories, she loves that music, and she does karaoke. She sings Neil Diamond tunes karaoke. They don't even have to show her the words. She knows every last word because that's all she ever heard. It's kind of funny. Oh. Anyway, so let's see what was on the Big Diesel's phone. Will this be interesting? I don't know. Some of these I think you've already seen in the Pepperoni Discord. I don't know. Let's see what's up first. Oh, yeah, this is some greenery. This is a recent picture from the farm. We got our starters. I can't remember what all is up there, but I some lettuces, some tomato plants, a bunch of stuff. We're trying to do it right this year. We've got a hot box going. We had this seed starter thing going. So, kind of exciting. It's going to be a lot of work at the farm this year. A lot of work. A lot of work. I'm going to be there Sunday. I'm going to be there Monday. We got to recover from the fence debacle, right? Speaking of that, you guys, I think I posted this to the Discord. The Big Diesel on the new tractor. And unfortunately, I found out recently the new tractor that we probably didn't buy enough tractor. It looks like we got to get a bigger tractor. It was super fun. I will say, so I had never driven a tractor, and understandably, I was, because I'm a city kid, it's like, how do you drive a tractor? Well, turns out that it was super easy. I got it including the bucket or whatever the fuck the thing in the front is called. I really picked it up just right away. It's not that hard. Georgie says, Tony, that picture of you on the tractor should be on your dating app profile. Oh, God. You know what? Just one of my biggest fears is that someone would ever, I don't even know how it works. Do they reach out through that thing? that someone would ever look at my profile and be like, yeah, there's some potential there. I actually do not want that to happen. Tank says, I've never driven a tractor, but I've plowed a few things. Oh, let's see what else I got. Now, this one's funny. So you guys probably don't know, but a lot of times when I'm at the grocery store and I see some sort of limited edition Franken cereal, like we're looking at a picture right now of limited edition chocolate Lucky Charms. When I see something unique like that, I usually snap a picture and I text it to Georgie girl. So Georgie has probably seen that one. For some reason, I just sort of got it in my mind that she's kind of a junk cereal fanatic like I am. And I sent her the stuff. Captain Crunch is her jam, if I remember correctly. Is there an app called Farmers Only? Really? See, now we're getting somewhere. Although, do you think they would, the ladies, the farm ladies, would detect right away that I don't really belong on a farm? Good morning, lady letter carrier. I would be afraid that they would detect right away. I think what would give it away? Probably none of my clothing is frayed. It's none of my clothing is weathered. My boots are in pristine condition. You know, I think they would spot me from a mile away. It's an interesting thought, though. Ooh, Tank has bonus music homework. Let's see. John Dever, thank God I'm a country boy. There you go. It's a jam. Let's see what else I got. This one's interesting. All right, Spotify listeners, this I'll have to explain this one. We're looking at a fictitious postage stamp that says 0 cents, and it's a picture of our current president. Now, before you get all up in arms, you know, I'm think of myself as an apolitical person. I hate all of them. So I don't have a camp. I have equal disdain for both parties, which really essentially function as one party, if you ask me. But I thought that was funny. And so now a lot of my neighbors, they're very, very invested in politics. Like they buy the whole drama and everything. They can't help themselves. So sometimes when I see a funny meme like that, I'll snip it and I'll send it to them. Like most of my, it's funny. There's most of my neighbors they see Orange Man as some sort of savior. But then I have one or two neighbors who are in the other camp and despise the man. And yeah, maybe that's not a pun, Tank. Maybe it's a fact. Yeah. Do you guys? I'm sure you're all seeing snippets of him talking. I am so confused by that. Ironically, I can't get my mind around the fact that they would let him speak. Do you remember when he first took office? Like he didn't give a public appearance for like 60 days or something like that. Why don't they just go back to that? Just keep him in a closet somewhere. Georgie, Georgie says savior of what? You know, I mean, there's none of this makes any sense. No president is going to be a savior of anything, right? The presidents that are going to, in my opinion, someone that has, you know, wants to do something that makes sense and is really for the people and whatever, they never let those people become president, right? Like I said, I disdain all of them. I disdain Orange Man. I disdain Confused Man or whatever he is. Here's another picture. You guys have seen this maybe. This, at first glance, you would think this is the big diesel choking the chicken, but it's not exactly that. I'm holding the chicken by the upside down by the legs. I'm plucking the chicken. This is the first chicken that I ever got to, rip the head off of and pluck. And that thing to the left of me is a feather plucker machine that actually it did a lot of the hard work. But then it's funny when you take the feathers off a chicken, it's like, wow, they're a little more petite than I thought. And then plus these are, free range, natural. There's no hormones or anything, so they're not all pumped up like Lou Ferrigno or whatever. They're just natural. They're natural scrawny birds. So, and really soft skin once you get all the feathers out of there. It was super interesting. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Lady Letter Carrier says that chicken looks really scrawny. Yeah, it turns out when you raise one naturally and you don't pump it up with hormones and make it stay in a cage its whole life, I think that's what they look like. These chickens they just free range throughout the day, so they get exercise, they get sunlight, they get to grub around for worms, and they get predators, picking them off from time to time. So, for some reason, I like that picture and I like that memory, even though, for a city kid, it's like, really, I'm going to kill that chicken? This is, how's this going to work? Baggy Bag says, do they taste better? I think so. And the eggs, these free range chicken eggs, when you get them fresh, unbelievable. They have duck eggs at the farm too. The ducks are super terrified of me. I don't know why. I can never get close. Hey, speaking of eggs, boom. So, for some reason, I have a picture of bacon and eggs and coffee on my phone. I have always been a person that I always hated when people, like on social media, they'll post a picture of a meal, and then especially then they'll post a picture after they're done. For some reason, I hate that. But I probably snapped this picture and probably sent it to someone, So I'm a hypocrite is what I'm saying. Ode says, I have a big problem with hawks lately. I've lost a couple chickens already this year. Yeah. They had a fox at the farm that was wreaking havoc. But the worst incident they've ever had was a weasel. I didn't really understand until the weasel incident why weasel is such a derogatory term. Those animals are complete assholes. That's right. Georgie says, look, Robo, no carbs. I probably sent that picture to Robo about that. That's probably why I took it. Hey, aren't you proud of me? One of those deals. And then I ate a snowball and everything went to shit. Hey, anyone on Spotify who hasn't bailed yet, 1,000 extra credit points for you. I'm not kidding. Is that what weasels do? Ode says they don't eat the chickens, they just suck the blood. Okay, so they don't just kill them for fun, for bloodlust. I guess if it was for bloodlust, that would support this idea that they're sucking the blood. But so they're like vampires, vampire weasels, vampire rodents. Lady says my dad has a hawk feeder. Actually, a ton of bird feeders, but the hawk comes around like it's a smorgasbord. Is there such a thing as a hawk feeder? Or you're just saying the hawk visits the bird feeder? I'm dying to know. I'm so tired, you guys. Why did I have to wake up in the middle of the night? All right, the next picture, you guys have seen this before, but I just thought it was fun. It's on Reddit, you see a sliver of some of my artwork here in Studio B. And right now I'm showing the full King Pelican advertisement. I really like it. I think of the ones I own, that's the one that is my favorite. These are on canvas. Not that you care, but Whatever. Lady says it's just regular bird feeders, and the hawk shows up. Wow, I've never heard of such a thing. Very interesting. You said it was your dad? Is that what you said? Does most bird feeder people, they hate it when squirrels and stuff get on the bird feeder? Is he like that? Lady says, Tony, you need to get classic Guinness posters. Need is maybe a strong term. I still have all my indie artwork that I really should bring back here to Studio B so we can enjoy it from time to time. That's what I should do. Let's see what else I got. 721. More pictures for Georgie. Now this is French Toast Crunch. What was the previous one? Oh, Lucky Charms. French Toast Crunch. That's a limited. They were so successful. Who would have guessed that Cinnamon Toast Crunch would be this big hit? I never would have guessed it. That stuff is like, it's like crack. It's like crack. Let's see. I think oh yeah. So that wasn't enough. Then they go to Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch. I think this was from over the holidays. We see some snowflakes on the box. Now they're getting greedy, right? Was there even another one? Let's see. Yeah, this is how we know they've jumped the shark. Now, Spotify, we're looking at Apple Pie Toast Crunch. Surely I snapped this and sent it to Georgie. Now, I'll tell you something amazing. Would you believe I never purchased any of these cereals that I just showed you? That's a miracle. I'm not going to lie. Right now, Apple Pie Toast Crunch, it's like I think I want to taste that. Is it limited? Oh, yeah. Thank Christ it's a limited edition. Georgie says, my aunt uses a slingshot and ice cubes to keep squirrels away from her bird feeders. Yeah. I know some bird people that just keep a BB gun by the back porch. Okay. Finally, I had to pull this one. This is the Big Diesel last year smoking a cigar at the Indy. And if you notice, a Corona beer next to me. I forgot that we drank Corona. I'm sure that was just flipping the bird to the flu deal. I can't wait to get back. That is the morning of the race. Sitting back and tailgating. Yeah, the football in the picture was for the nephews, to throw around. I have two nephews who are football players. And so there you have it. Georgie, I'm hoping to get further into the letters. If you want to just go ahead and give me a call, I would love your help today, dear. We were on a string of Friday Georgie calls. We were kind of in that rhythm, that routine. We kind of fell out of it. She's a real good security blanket for me. Wait a minute. L. Dean 316, welcome to the show. Are you bored already? Well, move along. Move along then. Tank doesn't like Corona? Come to think of it, I don't like Corona that much either. I know I'm not the one that, well, I don't know that. Maybe I purchased it last year. I don't know. Or maybe someone brought it, but I just think it's funny and fitting that there was a Corona next to me. I forgot. I was doing the math last year. Here's Georgie. There was Georgie. Did I lose her? Did I lose you? Anyway, I was doing I think I said yesterday that this will be my 36th year. Anyway, I have to subtract one because they didn't let us come in for a race. Total bullshit. Because of the flu deal. Eldine 316, if you're still in, please let me know how you would like me to entertain you. Let me call. Oh, there's shit. Did I?
Call from
Georgia girl.
Eldine 316,
to accept.
Georgie, how are you, dear?
Hey, give me 1 sec. Let me mute you. Okay.
All
there
right.
we go.
Yeah. How have you been? It's great to hear your voice.
It's good to hear yours too.
Yeah.
You know, on the phone instead of just through the stream.
There we go. Happy Friday. And
ta-da! Happy Friday to you too.
Yeah. Hey, so I haven't forgotten. So I want to do something nice for your prize, and I want to do something race related. It's just going to take me a while to get to the track. So just give me a little time, and I'm going to try and do something nice.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
let you. I'll ping you. I'll ping you when something's in the mail. All right.
Okay, that sounds fun. Being pinged by Tony.
That's what she said. Oh my God.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Are you ready to answer some? Are you ready to answer some letters? Do you think?
Heck yeah.
Okay, good. I'm getting another answer, another one of these, another notice on my phone that's like unstable network. So if I hang up on you, I'll call you back.
Okay.
Oh my God, lady is inappropriate. Did you see what she posted?
Very much so.
I'm not going to say it
I
to
did.
the Spotify listeners. Okay, here we go, Georgie.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. Well, I'm hoping to really make some headway, but on the other hand, I don't really care. It's not like I'm getting paid to read these letters. So let's see what we got. Okay, dear Tony, in your private life, do you go out on dates and that type of thing? I imagine you have a pretty active social life with the opposite sex. Yeah, imagine is the key word there. But I don't know. Maybe not. Do you like to have one or more girlfriends in the mix? I think you are cute. Samantha T. Okay. Right.
You're going to have to answer this one on your own, Tony.
I guess so. Yeah, that's right. We're starting off slow. This is not one really you can participate in. Samantha, God love you. Do I have an active social life? We'll just stop it there. I don't have an active social life. So that would also include with the ladies. Do I like to have one or more girlfriends in the mix? You know, I'll tell you what I like. I really enjoy having friends who are girls. I really enjoy that. Having girlfriends, you know, it's not that I don't enjoy that. It's just it's kind of like it comes around like solar eclipses. It's at about that rate, right? It's infrequent enough where you have to say stop everything. Hey, stop what you're doing. There's going to be an eclipse, right? The big diesel's going on a date. Now, you know,
right.
I don't know. If I tried a little harder, thanks. Oh my gosh.
I think you probably have more active social life than you let on. I mean, because social life isn't just dating, right? I mean,
yeah,
you have a lot of friends. You have a broad network of, you know,
this
people
is true.
you consider.
Yeah, I have a lot of people I could call. Now, a lot of times, I do like to stay in my own little bubble, which I don't think that's very healthy, but I got to get better at that. I think this weekend, oddly enough, I think I'm going to call make some calls, maybe get out and be around people. Okay, let's see what's next here.
There you go.
Hey, Tony, what is a conspiracy theory that you actually believe is true? What convinced you? This is from Nat S. I assume that's a Natalie. Now this is I'm so glad Georgie Girl's on the phone. I want to hear your answer, Georgie.
I don't know. Conspiracy theories are really not my thing. I certainly don't believe in things like a staged moon landing or, you know, flat Earth or any of that shit. And yes, I said shit. But as far as conspiracy theories like the government doing things that they're not admitting behind certain things like assassinations or, I think some of those things about what, the government doing subversive things, I think a lot of those are probably true, but I couldn't rattle off individual things.
Got it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Here's a question for you, Georgie. I'm just curious.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Like,
Yeah.
so for example, you mentioned the moon landing. So hypothetically, if I said, "Hey, Georgie, I think there's like some real compelling evidence that actually it was hocus pocus," and like, hypothetically, if I could say, okay, these two like researchers did all this work and they put together this book with pictures and explanation, whatever, and it's all laid out. My question to you is, would you be interested in like looking at it, or would you kind of be like, what's the point?
Yeah, I'd totally look at it.
Oh, you would?
I mean, I'm open-minded. I like to think that I'm open-minded. And so I'm not going to be like, oh, no, it's just full of baloney. I mean, if somebody says to me they have actually, they've done research and whatever, and, I'd read it if they ask me to. I mean, I'm not going to see a book about it in the bookstore and pick it up and walk out with it. You know what I mean? But if somebody said, could you read this? I'd read it. Sure.
Well, that's good to know. That's good. I think for sure there are some people who would actually be the other way. Like I think if I'll just pick on my mother as an example. I think if I said, "Mom, believe it or not, there's a compelling argument, and there's some people that have put together some real work on this moon landing thing, and geez, I don't think she could even get herself. I don't think she could do it. So good for you.
I can't judge people for that. Some people don't want to spend the mental energy on something like that, and I respect that. But I'm not gonna dismiss stuff out of hand.
Now, so I think it's a personality thing, right? And so I have the type of personality, unfortunately, where it's like, hey, I'm open to seeing if you have an argument, I'm open to considering it. Let's see what you got. Like, so the first one for me was I happened to, I think this came out of the days when the internet was like the Wild West, and you could go down some serious, you could go down some serious rabbit holes. And I somehow learned of an author on the JFK assassination, and it's like it was Jim Fetzer, who, as it turns out, I don't think he's one of the most prolific authors or whatever, but he's one of them that spent all this time studying it. And I picked up his book because it's like, this sounds weird. I must have like heard an interview that he did or something like that, and it's like, that's interesting. I picked up his book, and I was like, whoa, that's really interesting. And so Nat is like, what convinced you? Well, that didn't convince me, but it got me interested. So then I kind of I started thinking, well, who else has written some books, So I started looking at it. And in the case of JFK, for example, and again, this is because of my personality, which is mostly a curse, I think. I probably spent, not diligently, but I probably spent 7 or 8 years. That was a little hobby of mine. I want to see what everyone has who says, hey, I have kind of some, I've uncovered something on the JFK thing. It's like, all right, I'm going to consider it. I'm going to, and after doing that for 7 or 8 years, that's one for me where it's like there's no question in my mind that it wasn't what they told us it was, and it was. I would say it's.
Yeah, that's one that I don't believe the quote unquote story at all.
Interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't. I remember my dad telling me because at some point I shared a book or two with my dad, and he read it, and he was like, "Holy shit!" And I remember him saying to me, he said, because my parents' generation, they all knew where, it's one of those, where were you when JFK was shot,
Yes.
That's like
Yeah.
us with 9/11 probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him saying, we all knew something was real fishy, or, that there was this feeling that something was very fishy. And
right.
we couldn't put our finger on it. So, yeah,
right.
I would call it a government coup. That's I think the correct way to characterize that one. Some others would be Martin Luther King. Really, very similar story. I just took an interest, spent several years listening to all the arguments, and whatever. I'll leave the moon landing out of it, Georgie. All right.
That's fine.
I'm just giving you shit.
I know.
Tank says every event has its conspiracies. People's quest for relevance. Yep. I think the key to any of these things is, if you're at all interested, is like, if you really want to, I don't think anyone should just be like, oh, I read one book and I'm convinced. I think it's a journey. If you really want to,
yes, I would agree with that.
Got to listen to both sides. Okay, here we go. Next letter. Dear Tony, what is the purpose of being human? Do you think we all have a shared purpose, a unique purpose? Have you found your own purpose? This is from Tom from Little Rock. Tom's being very introspective, maybe. What do you say to this, Georgie?
It sounds like. What's the purpose of being human? I don't know what the purpose of being human is. I mean, it's all we've got, and I don't think we all have a shared purpose. But I don't know that there's a. Well, you and I have very different opinions on things like where we came from. I mean, you being a religious guy, and me not being a religious gal.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know that there's a single purpose of being human or purpose to being human, but I think that all humans can find a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that purpose is small, like for me, I think part of my purpose has been sharing my life with my family and trying to be a better person for and with them. Trying to bring what I can to the world in whatever form it is.
Yep. That would include your voice, I would say.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense. Hey,
apparently, making Tank happy.
It's not just Tank. I'm sure there are others. For the record, I don't think of myself as a religious person.
Okay.
I think I'm in it. See, it's a to me, it's a cultural tradition. Okay, so
okay.
As a matter of fact, I would, I don't know if I've ever said it explicitly, but I mean, I spent my whole childhood going to Catholic Mass and just thinking, am I the only one who thinks this is weird as hell? What are we doing here? None of it makes sense. And to be honest, I still kind of feel that way. I don't think myself as a religious person really at all. Spiritual person. And the what I like about Catholicism for me is the tradition part. And I think in a certain way,
Right.
that helps me. You don't have to look very hard to, and I'm not even talking about the obvious recent stuff, but the history of the Catholic Church is, it's far from spotless, right? It's really quite scandalous. And,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, it is.
And for me, I can completely, I've been able to just kind of maybe compartmentalize. Like to me, the Catholic Church is literally the people at my own church who I'm around. And I know those people because I know from personal experience, they're really great people, do a lot of good work and all that stuff. But the Catholic Church itself, holy hell, some big problems there, but a lot of good too. I would say the purpose of being human, I think we are here. I think we are here to collaborate. We're making a collaborative creation. We're working, each one of us, I think, is working with whoever the creator. I think I personally believe there has to be a creator of some sort, right? And I'm not for a minute saying, I'm not one of these people that say, and it's whatever, Jesus or the God from the Bible. It's like, I'm not sold on that at all. But I think something created this, and I think what we're here to do is to co-create. We're taking all those natural laws that the Creator put into place, things like cause and effect, and then we use our free will in conjunction with all those laws, and then we each make this unique, one-of-a-kind life, which includes how we interact with our family and friends and the kind of person we are and all that stuff. Tank says each person is here to make a difference every day, one person, one event at a time. I like that. Until a flood wipes us all out.
I like that too.
Yeah, that is good. All right, let's see what else we got in the mailbag. Oh, I just wiped to myself again. Okay, hey, Chicago Tony, I know you don't. I know you don't give financial advice, and you probably want to keep it private on the down low, but could you just give me an idea of some of the stocks that interest you right now? I know you don't give financial advice, but would you give me financial advice? I'm looking for ideas. Peace.
Right?
Frank S. from Lombard, Illinois. Oh, the old neighborhood. Are you a stock person, Georgie, or are you any hot tips?
No.
Yeah. I know you're a silver person. That's been established. Which I give that two thumbs up.
We have a diversified portfolio.
Yeah.
We have different kinds of holdings, but I don't have a hot stock tip. I don't.
Right.
I don't know that I think that day trading is a good thing.
No. And of course, well, it's funny you mention that because, like, I totally agree. And my assumption is that he's asking for what's a stock that I could just park money at and wait. And that's just because that's the way I think. But, yeah, Tank says, Frank obviously doesn't listen to the show. Buy gold and silver. That is, that's correct. I don't think I'm not a fan of the market right now because I think it's about to go into a deep dive. Don't know exactly when, but I think it's soon.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's not that. As a matter of fact, I've pulled out wherever.
Don't buy now because
Yeah. So
That's what he said.
Tank says he listens enough to know you don't give advice. Right. There you go. Okay, next letter. By Twitter, says Ode. Okay, next letter. Mr. Vito, what is the stupidest thing you've ever done that you were willing to admit? Did you know right away that it was stupid, or did it take time to realize? Kent from Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is interesting. What you got, Georgie? Would you care to share stupidest thing? While
I've done a lot of stupid shit, Tony.
Ah.
I've done a lot of stupid shit. I'm trying to think of what's one that I would be willing to admit to. I don't know. Stupidest thing I've done that wait, he did ask you. The question was asked of you.
No,
so,
I get it. Well, I'm actually sitting here trying to think, and you want to know what's funny? I mean, honest to God. I mean, first of all, there's not something that I can think of that I'm not willing to share. And so
right. You're quite the sharer.
Well, I don't know, but I'll share the stupidest thing that I can think of. The stupidest thing I can think of is smoking my first cigarette, I think. That was really dumb. So, I mean, I was a smoker
How
for
long did you smoke?
Like 2 years, like in college.
Okay.
I mean, so hopefully emerged unscathed from that, but what a dumb thing to do. It's really dumb. Tank says I ran out of gas with a pocket full of money and broads in the car.
Nice.
Yeah, but maybe that's a window into really what a boring person I am, or what I'm risk averse. I really can't think of like just a stupid thing I've done.
I don't know, Tony. I don't think you're risk averse. I mean, you put on a chicken suit and danced in front of thousands of people before.
What's the risk in that, really? I mean, embarrassment, but that's not like life-threatening or anything like that.
No.
I forgot about the chicken suit.
Yeah, I don't.
Tank says I could have gotten plucked.
I don't know. That's nice.
Yeah.
You probably did.
Get plucked? Yeah, that was rough though, because my face showed through the thing. So yeah, that was, I got
I think the stupidest things I've ever done have been about getting laid.
Stupid how?
Stupid, like gone somewhere or met someone, off the internet, or random hookups and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, that's interesting. Now was that your intent? Were you trying to hook up? Like you were?
Oh yeah, I was quite the slut.
Yeah, you know what? See, we're all different. I couldn't. There's no way I could. As a matter of fact, I mean, I won't get into details, but let's just say I've had a few opportunities. It's like, no, that's not me. We're all different. Whatever.
Well, good for you, Tony. I was all about getting laid when I was younger.
I'm not. I wouldn't say good for me. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have been that way, but that's just how I'm wired. I'm a pair bonder. Tank says I like Georgie more every day. I heart sluts. Okay, let's see what else we got.
All right.
750. Okay, dear Tony, I had to go to a new school because we moved for my dad's job. The kids at school are making fun of me because I'm fat. I can't take it. I can't take another day. What can I do to make them stop? Brandon.
Poor
That
Brandon.
one, that tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah, I've been that kid. I mean, not in a new school, but I was a fat kid, and I got made fun of a lot when I was younger, and it led to some really dark places. You can't. I mean, there's nothing you can do, Brandon, to make them stop. They're assholes, and they're picking on you because they don't have enough self-awareness to realize that they themselves have their own flaws, and they're trying to redirect negative attention to you to hide their own shit.
Yeah, I think it's important for a kid to know, and you know, this in a way it boils down to there's no there's no handbook to life, unfortunately, but kids need to know that childhood is traumatic for all kids, right? So yeah, when a kid is picking on another kid, it's because they, are going through their own shit, and it's a weakness.
Yes.
Right? It's a weakness, and for what it's worth, so like I was not a fat kid, and yet I was still traumatized too. I think everyone going through childhood gets traumatized in one way or another. I think it's we all go through a lot of pain trying to figure out how we fit in the world. And so these kids that are making fun of Brandon are going through the same problem, and they're making they're making a mistake, right? They're thinking, they're in that phase where it's like, maybe someone will like me if I pick on someone else, and I think they will learn. Life will show them, don't be a dick. They'll learn that eventually, but they don't know it yet because they're kids. So it's a pain. And yeah, but I like hear what Tank is saying. The more you show,
and Tank's right.
Yeah. The more you show it bothers you, the more they go in on you. Yeah, that is true. You got to just let it. It's not about you, even though it feels like it's totally about you. It's not about you. Early on doing this show, some of you may remember, I would get, and of course it still happens now and then, but I would get heckled or whatever the term is,
Yeah.
And I laugh with it. I laugh at most of the jokes, and it's like the shit stopped. Of course, Tank started threatening people too. That maybe stopped them as well. But
yeah,
it's like that sort of thing. Just don't let it get to you, and just roll with it, and they'll go somewhere else. But just remember, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's about their
it's really
their
not.
confused kids.
And honestly, if you're like, yeah, I'm fat, so what?
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Right.
So what? What brilliant observation skills you have.
Right. Yeah. And Tank is
try
right.
not to let it get to you, Brandon, because
yeah, and Tank says they'll apologize at your reunion, and that is correct. As a matter of fact, if they remember this, they might not even want to go to a reunion because they're like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I don't know. Anyway, hang in there. It's not about you.
No, it's not, Brandon.
All right, here we go. Hey, Tony, a friend turned me on to your podcast, and I'm so glad. You're one of the good guys. You should come join us at the Porcupine Freedom Festival in New Hampshire. The festival is almost 20 years old, and it is all about freedom, libertarianism, entrepreneurship, etc. That sounds awesome, actually. I've been going for 5 years, and I absolutely love it. The dates are June 20th to 26th. Geez, they really want the Big Diesel to. Let's see. You should try it out this year, and then sign up to be a speaker next year. You would be awesome, Sarah D. Wow, what a nice letter. Free the porcupines.
That's awesome.
Says lady.
Porcupine Freedom Festival.
Yeah.
You'll have to look that up.
Totally. It's it's a very intriguing name. And if it's about...
It really is.
Let's see. He says it's about freedom, libertarianism, entrepreneurship. Shit, that sounds awesome. I'm all for freedom.
That sounds right up the Big Diesel's alley.
Yeah. I don't... New Hampshire's kind of quite a ways away. You know, maybe I could make a stop, see some friends on the way. Let's see. Inside jokes. Okay.
Do you do speaking engagements, Tony?
I certainly would. I do for work. Yeah, I was interviewed in my professional career just last week or a couple weeks ago. Something like that. And maybe it's a payoff for, running my yap every morning. It's like I was not intimidated in the least. It felt normal. Okay, let's see what we got. Mr. Tony V, I really enjoy your live streams. I like to hear the way you think because it's so different from the way I think. I can tell that you put a lot of serious work into figuring out what the hell is happening in the world so you can plan for your future. You can see that our society is crumbling and you view it like a game of chess. So far, I like this letter. There's a page 2, long one. You are trying to stay 2 moves ahead. I just can't do it that way. I can see that something is really fucked up with our world right now, but I have no idea what is really happening. I just can't get myself to look at it or figure it out. It's too stressful. This is like what we were saying about my mom not reading the JFK books. So my plan is basically to have no plan. I figure if and when we crash and burn, I won't be the only one having to start from nothing. I'll have company, and maybe that will make me feel better. Do you respect the no plan approach, or you probably think I'm crazy? Philip from Trenton, New Jersey. That's one of the longer letters.
It is. I'm with Philip. I have no plan.
Yeah, okay. So you can represent. I mean, he knows. I mean, he pretty much says in his letter. I think he kind of nails me, right? I think I am playing a game of chess with society.
Yes.
Right now.
Yep.
Here's something interesting. Okay, so folks like you and Philip, Georgie, all right, the no planners. Mm-hmm. I'm jealous as hell. I actually am. Because
why? Because we don't worry. We don't stock up on super salty soups that we then have to eat and get bloated. Right.
Yes. That's one of many ways that I've been really rethinking my strategy. No, I wish, not all the time. I mean, in my heart of hearts, I'm glad I'm the way I am because I guess I don't even know why, but still, I recognize that there's all shades of people, and I really am, like my little brother is that way, and I really am jealous, and over time I've tried to, because he's my brother and because I'm kind of concerned, I've said to him, hey, I think things are getting a little dicey. Do you have, do you have a backup plan? What's your plan? Nope. And what's weird is he said to me the other day, he said, we were kind of talking about the state of the world, and he said, he said, over the past 2 years, he said, I've figured out that you've called so many things. He said, so I think you're seeing things pretty clearly. And I said, wow, well, that's it. He had never really said that sort of thing to me. And I said, well, so what have you done? Nothing. So,
I haven't done anything either, Tony. I mean, the closest thing I've done is to make sure that we have non-fiat currency. That's it.
well, yeah, that's something. And that's maybe a big something, I think that's so, yeah, it's not like you're not doing anything, but yeah, in all honesty, I am jealous. I'm jealous. Like I have spent I'll just put it this way. I haven't done any assassination research in a long time because I've really shifted my focus into I think I'm going to die and I don't want to, or that sort of thing.
I hate to tell you, Tony, but we're all going to die.
Well, I know, but I want it to be on my terms. I want it to be in a death category of my choosing. Have a good day, Tank. Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
Bye, Tank.
Like this is why it's the same. It's kind of the same thing. If I'm at a busy intersection and I got to cross the street, I'm going to watch the traffic before I cross the street, and probably not everyone would. Hopefully 99 point something percent of the people would. And so,
right.
So because I am one of the 99 point whatever percent that can put two and two together, and gee, I'll get hit by a bus if I don't just watch this. So in our society today, what I'm saying is, for me, I see traffic, right? I see traffic whizzing by, and I gotta really watch. For me, because I see the traffic now, I gotta watch it before I take steps, and it's exhausting, and I'm jealous. I'm jealous of people like you and Philip, and I'm not even kidding. I think you guys might have the better strategy. I'm not even kidding.
I don't know that I would call it a strategy, Tony.
What I mean is, it could very well be that I cause my own demise out of stress.
Yes, that's a real possibility.
Yeah. So there's some irony there. Holy shit! It's 8:03. I gotta get going. I gotta go face reality. Georgie, it's just been...
You know what Robo's going to do? Robo's going to say one more.
Why would you do that? I could have dismounted. So essentially, here, let's do one more. Let's do one more.
One more.
All right, here we go.
Nice, Robo.
Nice technique, Georgie. Okay, here we go. Dear Tony, when you buy cars, do you buy American, foreign, or both? Do you see this changing in the future? Do you think maybe manufacturing will come back to America anytime soon? Londa from Racine, Wisconsin. Londa. I like that name. How about you? How about you and Danny, Georgie?
Danny has a Ford F-150. I have a Honda. But I don't know that it's possible to buy anything these days that's completely American or completely foreign.
Right. Good point.
And I mean, it might be possible to buy something that's completely foreign, but if you're buying a luxury automobile or a performance automobile. But I think these days most things have components or are produced kind of globally.
Yes. Right. Which is why no one can get cars anymore. I have a
Right.
I have a
That's
buddy.
exactly why.
Yeah. I have a buddy who just has, I guess he just has too much money. He likes driving the Subaru, their big SUV. It's not the Outback, it's the bigger, I can't remember what it's called. But he likes driving those things, and he had a really nice one. I mean, and it was like 3 years old, and he's not a leaser, by the way. It was 3 years old, and he's like, "Yeah, I want a new one." So he went and to get a new one, and the I think the one 3 years ago, he said he paid 40. It was like $39,000 for it, something like that. And he just picked. I said, "You got your hands on one?" Like, I've heard people have to wait forever. He's like, "Oh, I had to really pay for it." The new one, he paid like $86,000. He paid more than double.
Jiminy freaking Christmas.
Yeah. Yep. So
That's
there,
freaking nuts.
I know it's the dumbest thing ever. So I like to buy. I like Japanese cars. I like. Now you can get made in America Japanese cars, or you can get made in Japan Japanese cars. Not that I did this on purpose, but my last two cars happen to have been made in Japan Japanese cars.
Okay.
I like to buy American
I
ambulances.
think mine's a made in America Japanese car.
Is it? That's probably better. But
It's a Honda, but I'm pretty sure it was assembled mostly in America.
got it. Yeah, mine's Toyota Prius, as you know. And
Yeah.
I do think that manufacturing will come back to America one day. I actually think that'll happen. I think it's going to take a while. All right, I really have to dismount, Georgie girl. It's been so
Yeah.
lovely having you on the line. Thank you for a great week.
It's been fun.
I'm glad. I'm glad. It has been fun for me as well. Listen, everybody, have a tremendous weekend. Thank you for spending the week with me. I love you and appreciate you all. And before I say farewell, Georgie wants to remind you of something.
We like you. We love you. And for the love of God, don't take any shit from anybody.
You haven't lost your touch, Georgie. That's very, very well done. Thank you, dear. Hold on, Georgie.